Exchange. Joining me now, Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci. Charlie Gasparino should be here shortly. I have a box of tissues for him because when he's late, you know what that means? He's going to be sweating. He's either in the gym or he's running late, and he's going to be schwitzing, doing some push-ups in the green room.
Exactly.
Good to see you. You called this turnaround.
Yeah, well, that's more luck than anything else. I think the broader point that we're making to viewers this morning is not to overreact to the short-term information. What I did say is that off of the bottom, we'd probably have a 3 to 8% bounce, and that was just a technical assumption based on what we saw on the technical side of the market, that it was deeply oversold. Even the gloom and doom guy, Mark Faber, said it was deeply oversold this morning, so I don't want to take too much credit for that. But I think the key thing here, Dagen, I think what people need to understand is that they need to own stocks not for 10 minutes, maybe not for 10 years, but they've got to look at it as a 1 to 3 year hold in their portfolios and take it easy in market environments like this. If anything, be a buyer, not a seller.
Did you hear Josh Earnest at the White House in the press briefing? He didn't even, I don't know, we're market people, we're financial people, but he didn't even start with the markets. And this is the biggest one-day point decline in the history of the Dow Industrials. How do you start with Iran and not even address that, and have you wait for not the first question, but the second question to even bring it up?
Yeah, well, I think that that either there's two things going on there. Either they're a little out to lunch on what's going on in the overall economy, or they would choose to ignore something like that and focus on what they're trying to get done right now, which is the passage of the Iran deal. Let's say that they're super smart people will choose the latter. But again, I don't think largest percentage move was down 500 points in 1987, 22%. Mm-hmm. These moves, unfortunately, we're stuck with these moves, Dagen, because there's a lack of liquidity in the marketplace. The Volcker rule, the doctrine of unexpected consequences, is that the Volcker rule has taken out some of the principal investing from the commercial and investment banks. And so you're going to see larger gaps like this going forward.
Well, and I worry about what that sows, particularly when you start seeing major outflows from bonds, from treasuries, because that's where a lot of the liquidity is dried up. It's not in stocks, but it's in the bond market, and at least treasuries that's where the money's been going.
But at least the treasury market is the most liquid in the world. At least there's a bid there, Dagen. In the stock market, you've got program trading with very little principal backing up the program trading, and that's why you're seeing the gaps like you're seeing.
You called it this morning.
Yeah, I said he called it. I have some tissues for you in case you were sweating when you got here.
How many pull-ups did you do? That's what we're trying to figure out.
I thought you were in the gym for
No, I'm writing a column. I'm doing my thing.
So what are you writing about?
About this and how I think this is going to change. I mean, what is this? I mean, when you have a market gyration like this, I mean, this isn't normal. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. This doesn't happen every day. Yes, program trading and the sort of high frequency trading that occurs, makes it more volatile.
But bad news happens, Charlie.
Bad news happens, but this is underscoring an anxiety in the markets. They don't like clearly people don't like the notion of Fed easing on top of China imploding or coming off its highs, I should say. It's not quite imploding. But it's the markets don't like that, and I agree with you. I think it's we're still this tallest midget in the room. We still have a lot to be happy about in the U.S., but still we're still a midget.
What about the reaction of the president? What about the reaction? What are you taking offense?
I'm not a midget, but I'm vertically challenged. I feel like I'm throwing a rock at you for saying that. It's all right.
By the way,
us vertically challenged people are a little offended by that.
By the way, you have an interesting day today.
Yes, you did, Mr. Scaramucci. Yeah. What were you doing this morning between mornings with Maria and right now?
Well, listen, I met with candidate Donald Trump. I had a great meeting with him. I think we cleared the air on the hedge fund side.
Well, what does he think?
You were very harsh on him this morning.
Well, I thought he was harsh on the industry, and I think that the thing is that we all learned something from Donald. People are attacking you. You attack back a little bit, but he's a friend of mine. I consider him a friend. He'll be a friend of mine, hopefully 5 years from now, as he has been in the past. And we cleared the air. I thought it was a good meeting.
So why did he go after the hedge funds then? Because it's easy? Because y'all are easy
No,
targets?
I think he's probably...
Because you're just pushing money around?
I think he's frustrated.
And not making stuff?
Paper.
Yeah, all right. So he said some harsh things about the industry. I said some harsh things. He's not Italian, but I'm Italian. Let bygones be bygones. We sweep it under the rug. But I think that, listen, I don't like the Elizabeth Warren, Barack Obama rhetoric about the hedge fund industry. I'm paying my taxes, 52% marginal rate.
Yeah.
I give a lot of money to charity.
Of course.
And I'm not here. No one should be writing an epitaph or anything like that.
And you employ people. Let's face it.
But I don't employ people. They employ themselves. As a collaborative at Skybridge, we have 75 people working. We have 46,000 accounts. I do think we're making something for the society. We're a fiduciary for people's money. And you know from my analytics here that we do a lot of work. And so I don't need people telling me that I'm just pushing paper. But I think he understood that, and look, you know what?
He should understand that because he was a speculator too.
Let me tell you something.
Was Donald a speculator?
He is a likable guy.
Oh, I like him
he's
a lot.
likable guy.
He's charm-tastic.
I would say most of the candidates like him. I like him.
A decent
I just
guy,
don't want to. I don't want the industry attacked, and I think he respects that.
No, I think Donald's a decent guy. I really do. I like him a lot. I have problems with him from a policy standpoint.
He's at his best when he's talking about making things better. He's at his best when he's talking about his family. He's got beautiful kids.
Right.
I don't think he's at his best when he's railing on the hedge fund industry. That's nothing to him.
Did he get into any policy details with you at all?
No.
Anything about the wall? How he's going to finance it?
Not at all. We're friends. Clear the air. We're moving on.
And I'll say he doesn't need to at this point because his poll numbers are sky high. So whatever he's doing is working.
I want to hear something interesting. I speak with a lot of people like yourself that are attached to various campaigns. They have internal polls that are much better than these public polls. Even in the internal polls now, he's starting to make headway. It's a scary thing. The internal poll showed his support much softer. Even that's starting to change now. At least that's what I'm hearing.
When Mama Mcdowell starts telling you on a Friday night of all the good things that Donald Trump has going for him,
and those moms don't vote a lot. They may vote this time.
My mama votes, and my mama is at the polls.
Here's the good news for the Republican Party. We've got some great candidates. You know, I'm supporting Governor Walker. I think he's obviously my choice. Everybody's got a different choice. But at the end of the day, the Republicans have a stable of great candidates. And it's a good year to be a Republican for that reason.
So Donald didn't convince you to jump ship yet?
Okay. Charlie, come on. You believe in loyalty, right?
Yes.
What kind of neighborhood did you grow up in?
So you want Omerta?
What time? No, I didn't say Omerta, but what kind of neighborhood did you grow up in? You believe in loyalty?
Yes.
You know what's very cool about Donald Trump? He believes in loyalty, too. So he understands that you have to be loyal to people. I just, again, no reason to go after the hedge fund industry. What do we do to you?
Yeah, and I'm
not a politician, and so therefore I don't care. He can say something negative about me, big whoop. I'm not running for office. Just don't. I started with nothing, took on a lot of school debt, built 2 businesses.
You're really insulted by that stuff that he did today.
I don't need to be hearing that because I've heard it for 6.5 years.
You are really insulted by
the Democratic administration made it unpopular to be a hedge fund manager unless you're a few that are given to them.
All right, we got to go. Love you both. And by the way, thank you for this market turnaround. Yes, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I need to do more pull-ups. Look at him.
No, he wasn't even sweating. I was disappointed. Anthony.
I was writing.
You're the best. To Scott.